Okay, so let's see if we can relax here and access a little bit of this. So it says some great meditators don't trust that the mind is empty. They wonder whether it is or not, and they remain in doubt. This is a fault based on a failure to understand the real meaning. There is no reason to doubt. The mind has always been empty, right from the very beginning. So simply settle into its empty condition, and that is it. If you feel doubt, then settle directly into the nature of the one who doubts, and that is it. Yeah, so what it means by empty, this awareness that you get pointed out to or reminded of, is empty of any location. You can't pin it down behind the eyes, you can't pin it to the heart location, you can't find this awareness anywhere. So, in that sense, it's empty of a substantial location. Thankfully, because if we're on a substantial location, we'd be on an island. We wouldn't be able to touch other minds. We wouldn't be able to hear each other. None of that. So, some great meditators don't look into the thinking mind, but constantly look at the objects of their thoughts, their belongings, or the earth and stones and so on. This is not the genuine view, it is a dualistic view. You must settle into the very one who is thinking and scroll. Some great meditators don't settle into the inseparability of perceptions and mind, but chase after and pursue what they perceive. That is not the genuine view. It is a dualistic view. There's no need to chase outwardly after perceptions, and don't draw things inwardly. Simply settle in the inseparability of perceptions and mind. Now remember, there's a slight distinction between your perception, your focus, and what you might be looking at. That's all within your awareness.
Mhm.
And this is something we can verify. There's lots of stuff that we can repeat and observe. It's the introduction itself that seems mysterious. And then once you warm up to the nature of mind, everything afterwards is mysterious and magical. There's so much magic in it, in that unraveling of our conditioning. Um, but up until that point, it's important to begin to notice and challenge awareness, petition awareness. Is it safe? Is it changing from day to day and from day to night? Is awareness holding my experiences? Am I getting used to just letting be? Am I being friends with my anxiety, my sadness, my anger, my pride, my jealousy? If I feel very prideful or angry or desirous right now, what do I do? Nothing. Let it be. There's no need to chastise yourself on Abrahamic pretense and cultural conditioning. You can reclaim your reality. So it says some great meditators don't allow the mind to settle naturally in its own place, but anticipate each arising like a cat lying in wait for a mouse. That is not the genuine view. It is just inviting thoughts. Instead, simply settle directly in thoughts whenever they arise, and in non arising whenever they do not. Some great meditators don't know how to let the mind settle upon itself. They keep watching and following past thoughts. That is not the genuine view. It is simply chasing thoughts. Instead of chasing thoughts, settle directly in the one who is chasing. Some great meditators don't settle their minds in whatever arises for as long as it can remain. They crave good meditation, and so they squeeze and force their minds while staring intensely. This is not the genuine view. It is altering the mind. Without altering or manipulating the mind in any way, let it rest by itself and settle in the experience of whatever arises. Some great meditators don't allow thoughts to arise, but try to push them aside and take hold of their minds. This is not the genuine view. It is suppressing mental states. Instead, allow your mind to settle in stillness whenever it is still, and in movement whenever it stirs. Some great meditators make their minds vacant, almost oblivious. This is not the genuine view. It is spacing out. Settle instead in an experience of emptiness with vivid clarity. Some great meditators think the mind is empty and then meditate upon that. This is not the genuine view. It is fabricated meditation on emptiness. Settle instead in the very one who thinks this is emptiness. All right, we can pause it there, Yoshi. Thank you. A few more lines into this. It's not a very long text, but it's not very short either. So it looks like we'll have another session of it. So we'll read it next time with some of you great meditators. All right, very nice. So, are there any comments, questions, sharing? Oh, this kitty is like a hot pocket. She's so warm. Oh my goodness. You are a warm little baby. She got the tumo going. Oh, that does not look good on the camera.
Oh,
She's very kind of snuggly. So she likes to be held and played with. Yeah, she's a total sweetheart. She's a little ghost. You little ghost. All right. Well, Kitty ended the meditation there. Feels like my freaking lap is on fire. So, yeah, thank you, everyone. Any comments, questions, sharing before we close out? Some great meditators think they're so cool.
So cool.
Yeah, and we will return to the way of abiding too. Uh, just take a brief pause. Don't get scared. I know I leave texts sometimes, but I haven't left it. We're gonna return to it. Although I think Longchenpo got a little insecure on me there, justifying why why he was repeating stuff. Just go ahead and repeat it, Longchenpo. It's all right. We're all insecure. No worries.
My
Okay, and
goodness.
yeah, what was that? I heard something. Yes, you're still unmuted, Lynn.
Go
Well,
ahead.
I was gonna it's on my mind, but I know it's about wrap up time, and I'm thinking, man, when I heard you say that, prior to the reading, my mind's all over the place. I'm thinking, well, I can't relax. I'm aware of that. I can relax. I'm aware of that, and and then we open up and everything, and we're speaking, and you said that though. You said settle in, settle into the one who was thinking. So here's my quick question: the one who is thinking is me, right?
Well, that's just more thinking. He has a great laugh, doesn't he?
But when we read "settle into the emptiness," that had me going, "Oh," like I just had that. Oh, so
Yeah. Oh, very good.
that's all I wanted to say. I don't know if there's anything that you could point out there, or I don't want to use the word thinking anymore.
Yeah, yeah. I think you got it. It's still yeah. It's so simple because it's this very mind of yours, the same mind that's thinking right now, the same mind that's hearing me right now. Can you believe it? It's that very mind is your Buddha mind. It's just that that mind has been confused and preoccupied and distracted, like a video game character that's just running into the wall because the person doesn't know how to play. So if you ever seen The Office, when Jim's trying to play the video game and he's just running into the wall in Call of Duty, it's kind of what we're doing. It's video games and a video. My, you got to get some kind of award for that one. That is a super high level dad joke right there. Maya needs a brand new incense holder or something for that one. Holy crap! Video and a video. Oh my god, that was genius, Maya. Just can't, you just can't ever underestimate people, right? You never know what people are gonna say. Because I don't know if you know it, but the Rigpa awareness is called Vidya, and if you don't recognize it, it's avidya or avidya, I should say. Yeah. So that was a multi-leveled, high-level dad joke there. Okay, all right. I'm gonna let that go. You guys all know that I'm a fan of funny stuff. But so what the hell were we talking about? Wow, that was great. Just that just was like a fit. Okay, very good. So nothing we were talking about was that important then. Yeah, well, I suppose Ian's inquiry, yeah, just really leaving it there and mm, understanding that starting to get used to being okay with whatever's here for us rather than running from it, suppressing it. Um, you can overcome anything like that. So it's quite nice to have have this practice on hand. All about thinking is thinking about thinking. Yes. Yeah, and also, the inquiry alluded to, I don't know how specifically, but it is your mind, okay? Even Buddha Shakyamuni, all the Buddhas had their own mind. It didn't melt into a grand melting pot of minds. So Buddha Shakyamuni, for example, got enlightened, and still spoke to people and still ate food and went out begging. Uh, Teachers have been very clear about this. They've cleared it up for people who have been confused along the way. Do we have our own mind when we get enlightened? Because they talk about no self or non self. But you do. You're still dealing with your own mind here. You're not melting it into a grand divinity. Although I would say when you come home to your mind, that it is intertwined with divinity in such a way that the scriptures will say it's beyond singularity or multiplicity, right? The Dharmakaya. um, When you realize the Dharmakaya and I realize the Dharmakaya, are we both a part of this great nexus? I think so. That's oneness. And that's how we're all in a mandala together. Through many lifetimes, we're in these mandalas together. And they're not so bad because you still get your space. So we can be in a mandala together and you still get space. So it's the great roommate situation in this grand scale of the universe with people. But you certainly don't lose. I feel like it's so illogical to think that you would lose a family member or a loved one or a loved animal, for example. You could not have possibly run into them and have this many connections with them if you can't lose them. It just seems that way. Just like when you go to the store and you leave your dog at home or maybe your partner at home, um, then you come back and you see them again. That's what we're doing on a maybe grander scale. We just die and we go to the store and then we come back. We see each other again. Except this time maybe you're the cat and the cat is the human. Oh yeah. But they say don't speculate too much about the inner workings of karma, of course, as one of the four imponderables. But it does, it's a beautiful magic that opens up the timeline, expands as the spectrum of the ayatanas, our senses, our mind expands and opens to a whole world outside of the range of our intellect. So we will go back to the meditation. I can't believe Maya just shoots them off so much. I must have missed some of these other ones, but
Mm.
that was a chart topper right there. Okay. So any final estimates before we close out then today? All right, very good. Thank you all. And we'll just take a moment of silence for the dedication. Deep bow to you, my fellow yogis. Wow. Yeah. Thank you. Have a good day.